Hi, in this lesson, we will see about what are rules. So, think rules are like conditions that we give Google Ads to automate few things. So, let's say you have a campaign with a budget of 100 rupees per day. So, you all know, right? Google can spend two times of the budget that you have assigned to the campaigns. But here, what you don't want the campaign to spend more than 100 rupees per day. So, how can you manage it? You cannot sit in front of the laptop 24 by 7 and monitor when will it reach 100 rupees and then you go and pause, right? It is not possible, right? So then how can you manage it? How can you make sure that the particular campaign don't spend not more than 100 rupees per day without you sitting in front of the laptop? So in such cases, we can automate or we can give conditions to Google Ads so that it will run those conditions within the account. When the campaign reaches 100 rupees, those conditions is will pause our campaign. So those are called as rules. Let's see how we can implement them. So going into the interface, here tools, bulk actions, here you see rules, right? Click on it. So budget can be given at the campaign level, right? If you click on this create button, we have different levels of rules. We have campaign rules, ad group rules, keyword rules, ad rules, different levels of rules. I suggest you to explore them. Here we will be seeing about the budget rules. Okay, so click on the campaign rules, and as I told you, budget can be given at the campaign level. That is why we are entering into the campaign rules. So name it, let's say pause campaign if greater than 100 rupees, right? So you need to select the account or selected campaigns. You can either select from here or you can filter them. Campaign status and enable and pause. Here campaign name is, you can give the campaign name here, or if you want you can selected campaigns, you can select a particular campaign. Let's say I want this campaign to pause whenever it reaches 100 rupees on a particular day. Choose what happens, you need to choose the action here. Let's say the campaign is unable now. What we want to pause the campaign whenever it reaches 100 rupees of the cost. Pause campaigns. But here we didn't give any condition, right? Give the condition budget, not the budget cost. Cost is greater than or equal to 100, right? 100. Right now, what happens on a particular day? If that campaign spends 100 rupees or more than 100 rupees, whenever this rule runs, that campaign will be paused. Okay. So here you have to set the frequency. How many times the this rule should run? This should whether this rule should run once in a day or hourly, daily, or weekly, monthly. So here we want to run it as hourly because it has to check every hour whether the campaign is reached the 100 rupees cost or not, right? So and you can set the frequency here, it is up to you. So I'm leaving this as it is. And what is the time, what is the date range that you wanted to consider this? Only today. That means in today, if the campaign reaches or if the campaign spends 100 rupees, it will pause, right? If you consider this from yesterday, it will take the data from yesterday, right? You don't want it, you don't want from the yesterday, you want it for day to day, right? That is why I'm selecting here day. So I hope you are getting right. So here what happens, here you can give the emails. So whenever this rule runs, you will get the notification that this rule has made changes. You can select the condition here only if there are changes or errors every time these rules. You can select this second one because whenever this rule makes changes, that means whenever the campaign gets paused after it reaching the 100 rupees, then you will get a notification in your email. So before applying this rule, I suggest you to preview it to identify if there are any errors that you have set in this condition. Okay, so here it is showing as 0 because we have set the condition cost greater than 100. It didn't met yet. So that is why in the preview we are saying 0. If there is a campaign, if this campaign has reached cost greater than 100% now only, then in the preview it would have shown 1. Okay, so this rule is correct now. click on save rule. That's it. Every 1 hour this rule will run, and whenever this rule is running, if this rule identifies that this campaign is reached the 100 rupees cost, it will pause it. Okay, and if you don't want this rule to run, after completing of your task, come here and pause it. You can pause this rule. Okay, that means it won't run anymore. It is up to you whether you wanted to pause or you wanted to remove. Okay, so I hope you are understanding these rules. Again, rules are the conditions that we set in the Google Ads to automate few of the tasks, right? So there are different rules. Okay, so most of the times we use these rules to automate a few things, because um, let's say you want to implement a few promos that fall after 6 p.m., that is out of your work hours. You cannot sit right in front of this laptop, so at that time you can use this ad rules. Let's say a particular occasion has fall on weekends, Saturday and Sunday. Those are your weekends, right? You cannot work on the weekends. How will you implement those ad copies that will say the promo codes or messaging related to that occasion? You can set the ad rules here, right? We will see in the next lesson how we will set the ad rules. Okay, but I suggest you to explore these rules and what are the different conditions that are available here. And I also suggest you to create these rules so that you will know what are the conditions and what are the steps you have to follow for implementing these rules, right? I hope you have understood this lesson. We will meet in the next one.